looks good.
If you struggle with focus,
STG. It's a big pop and then drop. Click. seems kind of thick. It's Chinese, which is a lot of stocks have been popping up are Chinese. It might break 3, but resistance is going to be heavy. PFRX. I think we should just look at Click and see what it wants to do. They're kind of retraced a lot. I mean, that's a big candle drop. So no more trade on that stock. STG wouldn't be bad for a dip. I just don't know if it's the right one. Volume is kind of light, but not really. The candle does look good, but it closed red on Click. WNW. It's Chinese. Nah, I'm good on that one. At least Click had news. This one doesn't even have news. It's a huge seller. Maybe if the seller breaks, could see a good pop. $494, $480. Big seller there again. Trying to be patient and wait. That is a pullback, but the seller is still at that level, 494. We broke through that level. I was reading on the tape. I'm gonna take half off the table right there, take another half, looking for the extension up to 550. 550, there's a big seller. Gonna sell on the bid, sell on the ask. I'm getting out. Alright, let's look at the next trade now. My entry was 497. Alright, next stock. That's gonna be a false breakout, it looks like. Hopefully you can push higher. This would be a pullback to 5. So 5 would be a good buy. But we saw that big seller at 550. So, but the chart on the 1 minute looks pretty good. So I'm gonna stay here and wait and see if it breaks 47. Seems like it's obvious. Resistance is like 540, 541 to be exact. This would be like a pullback dip off the VWAP if you took this trade. But I don't really like how it's setting up right now. It's kind of choppy. Maybe double bottom on the 9 EMA, so like 450 if it goes that low. But this is the micro pullback right here. It just isn't that clean though. This looks pretty decent, this setup right here. Let's see what the tape wants to do. This candle has to close somewhat green if it wants to be bullish, because then we also have the VWAP, and if it closes below VWAP, it's not going to look too good. So the setup is not too bad, but there is a seller at 550 around that level, and it keeps getting sold into. You can tell by the tape and the ask starting to come down. Yeah, it's struggling in that level. I don't think it's going to push higher though. PRFX. I don't really like this chart. I think it's continuation. There's no new news, so I'm good. STG couldn't break VWAP. You can tell on the 1 minute that it's trying. MACD still crossed over, so it's a no trade. Click. There is a possibility for it to rally back up because it's starting to stay afloat and trade sideways. So there is a chance for it to start to rally. MACD's already crossed over though, so it's kind of WN. This could be the I think this is the pullback, but the 5 minute isn't good, so I'm not gonna trade it. It's probably gonna go up right now. I'm not gonna trade it solely because of the 5 minute. I don't like how the 5 minute looks with the bottoming tail, so I'm not gonna trade it, even though I do think it's gonna go higher. Micro pullback right there. That would be the micro pullback for a move higher to break the previous candle. Starting to struggle in this area, which is around the 5 minute. But if it can close above the 5 minute, that'd be good. Needs to break 541 clearly. Damn. Dell just put in $100 move. That's crazy. Was the news that good? PRFX. I don't know how I feel about this stock. WNW. That's a good push. Could it break 6? Hopefully. There we go. There's that break through 6. Can it hold it? It's kind of teeter-tottering. So it's a bit risky to trade around 6. Think this is going to be our obvious leading gainer of the day. So we have a high of 6. So I'm going to let it work, do its thing. I'm going to wait for a pullback if I want to enter. I kind of want this candle to close red. But if it keeps going up, that's fine. I'm not going to jump in at the top. Kind of want to pull back like around 6. It's kind of a lot of selling. It's not that bad, but looking for closer to 6. It's kind of choppy around this level because it keeps dipping below 6 on the bid. So it's not really a good indicator, and it's quite a bit of selling. You definitely could do like a dip though. I think it's gonna fall below. I think we have one more pullback in this because we have one proper. This would be our second proper pullback if we time it right. Olex. I don't know. It's kind of this candle's kind of like the same one on the first candle wick on the 5-minute. Buying back down here is kind of far, in my opinion. It's a lot of selling. I think something else is gonna pop up and take it off. Like this stock, Olex. It's kind of obvious. If it breaks 45, it's going to go higher. I don't know. There's no new news, so this is a risky setup. I mean, it could break it because the market's pretty hot, and it did break it, but I mean, I just don't feel comfortable taking a trade on that stock because usually when the market's cold, it just dips. OLED looking for the break through 10. It looks like we could have FOMO on this stock right now, driving it up. 5 minute, 10:22. Yeah, it's just the drop is too big if I was to take a trade on it. I mean, it's not really that safe for me. I kind of like this setup on WNW a bit more, so OLEX is, I don't know. I just don't think the drop is there for it. The swings are too volatile. This could be a 5 minute trade. Low would be 521. Okay, I'm in it there. At 542. So this is like a 5 minute trade. I kind of don't really like how the 1 minute looks. So stop would be around 520. 520 would be stop. So we're about to hit that level. Right. We're about to hit that level since the sellers are starting to stack up. We're at 530, so stop. And I'm starting to see green on the tape, so we already have the risk appropriated for what to come. But every time it seems to pop up, it drops. So that's not a good indicator. Yeah, right there. I sold at 5.2. I don't really want to trade OLEX. I think it's really risky. Well, I already got stopped out on WNW. The volume looks really good though on OLEX. It's just the price action's kind of crazy. I'm not trading that stock. I think WNW is still pretty obvious if it can hold the 5 minute. But this stock already hit 10, kind of already hit high day. So it's like the volume is pretty good. Yeah, there's a big seller on WNW. I just saw it pop up. Click is starting to rally. Yeah, it's kind of obvious the way it was trading. I still like this stock though, OLX. Just because of the volume, that's it. But the attention is so diverse. Is like we have one stock pop up, we have another, so it's like there is no really clear line in the sand what everyone's kind of trading. Click is still pulling away, but it's still below VWAP. And there goes OLAG, just falls below 9. It's Chinese. It might break too, it might not. Pull back to 2. I'm in it. The chart looks pretty good. And then there's a big seller that pops up at 203. Still is a seller at 203. I still do think this stock has the opportunity to pull away. That chart is kind of ass. It's like really bad. I might just take the loss on it and not trade it because the 5 minutes horrible, the 1 minute's horrible. OLX. The volume's really low on this stock now. Like, yes, it can pull away, but there's no volume to push it yet. And there might be a seller around here driving it down. GMAX. I don't know if it really has the possibility to go that high. The 5 minute looks good on OLX. The 1 minute, it's alright, I guess. You see how there's that big seller at 9? Yeah. I don't know if I trust grain because of the big seller. So there's probably people driving it up and they already have shares. So they're basically controlling the price and how it goes. No, I don't trust it. Something happened after hours. It seems like the whole market yesterday was crazy. Seems like we have nothing to trade right now. Once it's OLEX. But OLEX has to start to rally. I'm buying on OLEX because I like the way it's starting to move. Looking for that break. Looking for a move higher. Like 1920. There you go. 1935. Another quarter. I could buy again, but that just wasn't the trade. I'll get out at that level right there. So I got burnt on GRAN. This stock, I do think it's gonna go higher though, with the way it's trading. People are definitely having FOMO over it. But there's huge sellers, so I'm gonna be patient. I'm not trying to buy into a big sell. If that one breaks right there, 10.01 that I see, then I'm willing to trade it. But I have to see it break. I'm not just gonna jump for a prediction that it will. So 10.01 is what I'm looking at on the level 2. Pops over, doesn't hesitate. This could be a pullback right there at 1250, but I don't punch it. Yeah, you have to be quick on taking profits. If you would have bought the pullback at like around 12:25, you had to already set your order out ahead of you, because then this could be like reversing already. And it already is, it looks like. Yeah, it's not looking too hot. If it holds 10 though, that's great. It's really great. But it needs to hold 10. I might take a trade on it if it holds 10. It's not pushing higher though. It's kind of just hesitating. I think because there's big sellers. Yeah, there is. There's big sellers. People keep putting orders out to take off the table. And then you see that there's not really any volume, and we still have 30 seconds left. We kind of needed that surge in volume to come in to drive the price higher. It's kind of weird the way the stock trades. Actually, I think this is a pullback for the break over 1028. It looks like this actually could be a pullback. I wish the volume though would increase, because then it would be pretty obvious what it wants to do. Yeah, I could have bought right there, but I kind of missed the entry on that one. There's the volume. Damn, it's actually kind of like more selling than buying though. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna trade it, even though it's going crazy. I think there's a certain level that it has to break for it to really start to wind out, which is 16. But to get to 16 to 11, it's gonna be pretty hard. But it's still possible. Plus, it's a recent reverse split, so it definitely is possible. I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going higher. I mean, the chart, the volume chart is really good. You have increasing volume, which is very bullish indicator when it's on green. So you have you have like 3 pullbacks. You could, no, it's like 2, because the previous one was like the start of the move. So you have 1, 2. This would be the third one. Third one is usually more risky, so you have to be careful on that one. You can kind of look on the 5-minute. $187 on the ask, which is crazy. Someone's got 18,000 shares to sell. I think I'm gonna try to hit it at 1050. So I'm gonna set order. This could be a risky one again, but could go higher. I don't think it is gonna go higher than that unless someone just buys it up. I'm gonna be more patient. It really wasn't that good of a pullback. There kind of was like no patience on that one. Volume isn't looking good anymore. think Ola needs a proper pullback, like a 5 minute pullback. Yeah, it's. I think it's gonna be a false pullback. I think it's gonna be a false breakout. This is the third pullback on the 1 minute, so it's kind of extended. I think mass is gonna push higher. Yeah, yeah, it's a false break. Mask if it breaks over 38, but it's already had 3 green candles in a row. Olex over here trying to prevent a false breakout, and that looks good to me just because it held the level. So I bought it at 11.27. I'm looking for that extension. I don't like how it's teeter-tottering right now. Yeah, it's kind of... I'm about to hit the bid if it breaks right below this, because then that means the strength isn't really there no more. This could be a pullback. That could be the candle to go higher, but the volume is starting to decline, so it's starting to... It most likely will drop if volume starts to decrease. And I'm out right there. This selling was too much. I guess the 5 minute is what really told it too. The 5 minute was a bottoming tail. I don't think this is the one either. Olex is still kind of holding up somewhat, but I'm trying to look for a stock that will keep staying up, not one that just pops and drops. I'll punch it right there. So 5. Olex trying to rally back up, and I think it is going to move higher. It's because people's attention just shifted. So let's trade this price action the best that we can. 492, we're in it, looking for that extension. It's not really pulling away. And I think I'm going to get burnt again. I'm not going to be surprised. Still holding the position because I think people are trading the price action on this stock. Whenever this stock starts to pull up, people are basically selling their other positions to trade this one. Yeah. And it rallies back up, surprisingly. I'm taking my position off. That stock is so whack. I wish it would just stop being traded so we could have something else to pop up. Something at least cheaper. And I'm over here just churning away shares. Decreasing buying volume, which is bad. I guess that's the 5-minute trade though. It's below $2. I'm not gonna trade it. I already did that with grain, and that's like my biggest loser right now. OLX doesn't look clean. WNW did look clean until OLX popped up. This doesn't look good at all, bro. I wish we would just get a candle that would close red on the 5-minute on OLX to justify taking a better trade. But I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking. I mean, obviously it's FOMO of this stock. People are scared to miss the next leg up, the next $1 move, $2 move. But then when people start hitting the bid, it just goes erratic. It looks like it's gonna, something bad is about to happen right here if buyers don't come in. It's a lot of selling going through right now. Some buying, but no. It's mostly selling right here. I'm waiting for that flash to happen. It's starting to unroll right now. There we go. People bought around 11, so people are buyers at 11. You can see because the level 2 kind of dropped below 11, at 11, and then 10, and then started to rally back up. And it's starting to look a bit more stable around this price. But it doesn't really look too well at 11. Now you have a big seller right there. The real question is he shorting or is he trying to get out of a position? Hmm. I'm really just thinking about taking this profit and leaving. Just because Fridays are hard. They're like the hardest day. Friday and sometimes Thursdays. I don't trust it. It's making new highs, but MACD's still below. The relative volume on OLX is crazy though. Oh no, that's quite a bit of selling on Mask. I think if OLX gets kicked out the space, I think Mass is going to be the one to prevail. But we need OLX to like tank to drop. We don't need people to see that stock no more. And I just don't know if that's going to happen. CRE, it's Chinese, so I'm not really sure if this is something we should be trading. It is starting to rally pretty good. It's a huge seller though, so see, these are like the stocks that, I mean, they're high risk, high reward. The seller is still there driving it down. So Mass is starting to pull back. CRE, I don't know if there's going to be a clear. I mean, these are all stocks that are just crazy. IOTR. There's like one share on each. I think there has to be a new stock to pop up. STG again. You know what? I believed in this stock from the jump. Like when I woke up and I looked at this one. It did do a false breakout though. So 614 is obvious. Obvious level in the land. We need to break 614 for a move higher. Can it break 614? Now it has to break 620. It's not looking too clean. This would be the first 5 minutes to make a new high in a while. It's definitely possible. It has to hold 6. That's a lot of selling though in a one candle. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not looking too good. It's holding 6 though. CRE. I'm gonna keep waiting on this stock. Nah, we're good. We're good on that. I think STG is obvious. So Olex is out now. I don't think it's gonna be a trade on that one, the way the volume's acting. How did it do that? I literally turn away for 1 second and then it's already back up past. That's crazy. I think this is gonna be a 5 minute trade though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it a 5 minute trade. Oleg starting to rally back up. So I'm kind of scared that Olex is gonna start taking it back to volume. I just feel like that's the backside of the move on Olex. And I think STG isn't a bad setup either. Like the 5 minute looks amazing. But I can't hold for a whole 5 minutes. I mean, we still have MACD's curled though, so I really want to punch it, but the volume isn't there to support it on the 5 minute. So I don't know if I should, especially since the volume isn't too good. I think it's best just to wait and see how it wants to trade. PRFX doesn't look too bad. If it breaks it over 64. I mean, it broke, but it doesn't even pull away. There's not really volume to justify me taking a trade on it right now. So we have PRFX. STG is out the race. OLEX still has a chance. No. 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 Maybe. So I would say there's two stocks that we can trade, which is PRFX and but PRFX is kind of been selling off, so STGs started to sell off. OLEX looks like the only good one to be trading right now for a move higher, or at least watching. OLEX looks like it might start to curl. I kind of bought into resistance already, but that shouldn't matter. If the stock is right, you're most likely gonna be right. Taking quarter, taking another half. And I might just end it today because I've been churning a lot of shares and I don't want to churn anymore. Like, my fees are probably a lot. It's only like $5. But I have been trading like horribly. And I'm not going to say because of sleep, because I have been getting less sleep, but a lot of it has to do with like just you being able to hold yourself accountable and being disciplined. Because the last 3 streams I've been green, and then I keep trading, and then I show up red. So I think it's best to just get green and leave. Like, even at the start of the morning, I was up like 40, only 40 or 50. And then I kept trading, and then I was red 20. Plus, I don't think the market's going to be too hot today, even though it looks like we have some good hitters. I think the moves are kind of over. So yeah, I'm gonna end today's stream on that. Up 41, minus the ECN fees, like 36, 35. 35 was 2,250 shares traded is kind of bad, not gonna lie. It's like pretty bad. And then max loss is 200. I'm gonna get that changed off stream. But yeah, it's 5. Nothing popped up with news. There might be a stock that pops up later with news, but I think I'm just overstaying my welcome and not taking what I have.